from PRX.
Sleep With Me podcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are the things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations. All right, everybody, it's time to talk about tonight's sponsor, Helix Sleep. And I don't know if you've taken the quiz yet at helixsleep.com/sleep, but I have my Helix at home. I love my Helix because it's fit for how I sleep and my sleep and feel preferences. But I'm looking at getting another Helix. So this summer, there's a cabin I'm going to be staying at, so I can have a bed that fits how I sleep. And maybe you should have a bed that fits your needs, right? Whoever, has your mattress ever asked you, hey, tell me more about your needs and your feel preferences. What would make you comfortable? Well, that's why you got to take this Helix quiz. The Helix Sleep Quiz matches you with the perfect mattress based on your personal preferences and sleep needs. It makes buying a mattress easy. And Helix is the most awarded mattress brand. It's tested and reviewed by experts like Forbes and Wired. There's free shipping and seamless delivery right to your door with free shipping in the U.S. They have the Happy with Helix guarantee, so you can rest easy with seamless returns and exchanges. The Happy with Helix guarantee offers a risk-free, customer-first experience designed to ensure you're completely satisfied with your new mattress. There's a 120-night sleep trial and a lifetime limited warranty. And Helix helps you sleep better. A study they ran found 82% of those involved saw an increase in their deep sleep cycle while sleeping on a Helix mattress. And oh boy, do they have a great sale for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/sleep for 27% off site-wide during their Memorial Day sale now through May 31st. This offer is exclusive for listeners of Sleep With Me. That's helixsleep.com/sleep for this exclusive offer. 27% off site-wide. Make sure you enter our show name after checkout so they know we sent you. That's helixsleep.com/sleep. Thanks, everybody. Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the podcaster who's going to be peeping leaves, walking in wet leaves, and talking you to sleep. This is an on-location episode. Usually, I think we put these out of season, because I record them ahead of time. So this will give you a little taste of autumn and fall if you're missing it. And yeah, the crow said fall, I think. I don't think I said. Yeah, the crows are pumping up fall. I'm in. Oh, welcome to Sleep With Me. The podcast that's here to keep you company and take your mind off stuff so you can fall asleep. From time to time, we do hiking, walking, on location episodes, and that's what this is going to be. So you're going to hear me going through wet leaves and walking, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes. I'm out in the woods in fall after a rain. There's a chill in the air. There's leaves falling from the trees. It's my first East Coast fall, so I didn't know what to expect or how to time these leaf peeping episodes. And I think because the weather's been inconsistent, the falling of leaves has kind of been inconsistent. But I'm catching it, and I'm actually catching it at a good time because there's a lot of leaves on the ground. And but by the way, welcome to Sleep With. This podcast. If you're new, you might be like, wait a second, what's happening? I thought this was a sleep podcast. Sounds like you're hiking, and I can hear the pitter-patter of raindrops on leaves. It's like, this is pretty nice, huh? We're together doing this. But if you're new, just give the show a few tries. We put out a variety of styles of shows. We put out these kind of episodes, put out ones that we record in the studio. So see how it goes. This is a friend in the deep dark night to keep you company and take your mind off stuff so you could sleep versus just putting you to sleep. So it does sometimes take some getting used to. And what we have tonight coming up, we'll have some support after this. That's how this show comes out to everybody. It used to be, once upon a time, we did these on location episodes. We only put them out to paying subscribers. But I don't know, this show is for everybody. And the way we do it for everybody, though, is that when the people that benefit the most support the sponsors and the show directly. So if you're new or you only listen from time to time, or you're not really in a place where you could support something, that's totally fine, because when the people that do benefit, that do love the show, support it, it's here for everybody else. And that's just something I've always strived with this podcast. So we'll have support coming up, then a meandering intro meant to ease you into bedtime while I'm walking, maybe a little bit quicker than our normal intros, and then I'll just continue to narrate this walk in the woods. So I'm really glad you're here. I work really hard. I earn this drive, and I really want to help you fall asleep. Thanks again for coming by or coming back. And if this podcast changes your nights, changes your days on a regular basis, if you could please consider supporting one of the sponsors of the show. That's really the only way we're able to be here for you, but also for everybody else. So just consider it. Here's the things you could consider. Thanks. Hey, everybody, this is Scoots talking about tonight's sponsor, ZocDoc. And I don't know if you're like me, sometimes you find life a bit puzzling, trying to fit all those pieces together. What do you do? What are you interested in? What are your passions? Then you have your relationships, your friends, your family, your finances. But most importantly, you have you and your health care. Well, you might have a lot of puzzle pieces on that table. Finding good care shouldn't be that one piece you're searching for and that you're trying to find when you have everything else going on. And ZocDoc makes it easy to find and book an appointment with a doctor you'll love. ZocDoc is a free app and website that helps you find and book high-quality in-network doctors so you can find someone you love. We're talking about booking in-network appointments with over 150,000 providers across all 50 states. Whether you're looking for dermatology, dentistry, primary care, eye care, or one of the other 200 plus specialties offered on ZocDoc, you can easily search by specialty or symptom to build the care team that's right for you. You want to see your doctor in person? Great. You prefer a video visit? You could do that too. View thousands of verified patient reviews to give you a real sense of who your doctor is. Whatever your preference is, you can feel confident that you can book with a doctor you know you'll love. When you're ready, you can see their real-time availability and click to book instantly. No phone tag or waiting around. This is the best part I've found because I've been using ZocDoc. Appointments made through ZocDoc happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even score same-day appointments. And since I moved, I've been using ZocDoc to do my research. I've heard from listeners who, with new insurance, new jobs, new locations, they use it, and I think you should check it out too. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/sleep to find and instantly book a doctor you love today. That's ZocDoc.com/sleep. ZocDoc.com/sleep. Thanks, ZocDoc, for sponsoring this message. All right, hey, everybody, this is Scoots, and I'm going to talk about something not sleepy at all. Very important, but not sleepy at all. But I also want to be very clear, right, that if you can't support the show or you don't want to support the podcast or you just you don't want to hear me asking, you just want to tune me out, I am not trying to change anyone's mind. I keep repeating that. This is not reverse psychology. I am really only trying to get through to certain listeners who will change the future of the podcast. And those listeners are people that have already, like, in their heart decided to support the show, but there's something in their head or their feelings that's been in the way. You've been putting it off. Do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next year. My $7, my $60 does not matter. The podcast Scooter does not really need my help. He needs someone else's help. Those are the people I'm trying to get through to right now. So if that's you, so in your heart, just pause for a minute and just imagine if I didn't host the show anymore. Does that start to outweigh whatever it is in your head or your feelings that's like, I'll put it off, it doesn't matter? Because I know for me, and this is the part that's not sleepy, it would be really sad for me to stop making the show and hosting the podcast. And I know it'd be painful. And I know it'd be for tons of other listeners. And the saddest part is it doesn't have to be that way. This is the conundrum of Sleep With Me, I guess. There's enough people who want to support the show in their heart. They're either tuning me out, they're not paying attention, or they're putting it off or saying it doesn't matter. Their head. There's more than enough people. I just have to get through somehow to tell you to not wait anymore, not even another second, right? So if you've got something in the way of your heart supporting the show, your heart's already decided. And you can do it. And all you need to do is do it now, though. Go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Whatever has talked you out of in the past, we'll keep doing that. We'll keep putting it off and keep saying it doesn't matter. I'm telling you now, it does matter, but it matters. The thing that matters most is doing it now. Going to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus now and supporting the show. Maybe you're that person. You've already decided in your heart you can support the show. Say, stand aside, brainbots. I'm supporting the podcast right now. sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Thanks. Oh, Mystery Bart, a lot of people help out on the show. Who are they?
Posty poster son sounds like an earful. Wrote the theme song. Edits episodes. Carl W. the legend. Also edits episodes. Ashley, Kenny, Scotty, Jennifer. Runner. Eric and the team at Astound are on the website. I am the Mystery Bart. I do the lullabies, yeah. I do commissions at JonathanMann.net. I'll write a song for you. Any reason at all. You can tell me the story and I'll make it personal. You see the kindness shine straight on through when the listeners form their own Facebook group. Keith, Stacy, Sarah, Julie, and Jennifer. These are your moderators. Get support dear Scooter on Patreon. Buy the merch and support the sponsors. You can find anything you want at sleepwithmepodcast.com. And we're so proud that we could dance. Rusty Biscuit, Lois, Anna like banana. Leah does the transcript.
Thanks, Mr. Bart. Don't forget, if you haven't heard about Surprised by Scooter, if you're spreading the word about the show, you're tagging me in social media or emailing me through the form on our website, I'm going to surprise some people who are spreading the word about the show, just letting people genuinely know about their experience with the podcast, with subscriptions to Sleep With Me Plus, maybe a personal video, maybe some stickers, who knows? So get out there and be surprised by Scoots. Thanks, everybody. What do you say we get on with the show? Hey, are you up all night tossing, turning, mind racing, trouble getting to sleep, trouble staying asleep? Well, welcome. This is Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. We do with a bedtime story. All you need to do is get in bed, turn out the lights, and press play. I'm going to do the rest. What I'm going to attempt to do is talk while I tie my shoe, which just happens to rhyme. It's pretty funny because, yes, I'm here tying my shoe. I make us welcome. Are you up all night tossing, turning, mind racing, trouble getting to sleep, trouble staying asleep? Turns out I can't chew gum or make a sleep podcast and tie my shoe at the same time, but I'm going to tie my shoe while I talk. And my boot, my rain boot, actually. You up all night? Welcome to Sleep With Me, podcast that puts you to sleep. We do it with a bedtime story. All you need to do is get in bed, turn out the lights, and press play. I'm going to do the rest. What I'm going to attempt to do is create a safe place where you could set aside whatever's keeping you awake. It could be thoughts, things on your mind about the past, the present, the future. It could be feelings anything coming up for you emotionally or left over from the day, physical sensations, changes in time, temperature, routine, whatever it is. You could be in the middle of something, you could be getting over something. I'm here to keep you company and take your mind off stuff so you could fall asleep. And the reason I make the show, I've been there. And I hear from listeners all the time that have been where you are right now. Whatever it is that brought you to the show, there's someone listening right now that's been there or in someplace pretty similar. And they're hoping the best for you right now. And that's why I make the show. It's not just me. It's all the people that listen to the show. And we share something here in the deep dark night. And I think one of the things we share is a desire for relief and comfort, deep desire, especially when we can't sleep, so that you, if you're listening and you're new or you're coming back, you can get the rest you need so your life's more manageable tomorrow. And you deserve that. That's why I make the show. What I do is I send my voice across the deep dark night and me as lulling, soothing, creaky dulcet tones, pointless meanders, superfluous tangents. So I'm going to go off topic, I'm going to get mixed up, then I'll forget what I was talking about, or I'll be supposed to be going on a hike through nature, and I'll talk about something totally unrelated. And so just see how it goes, because this show does take some getting used to. That's what most people, when they become regular listeners, say, hey, it takes 2 or 3 tries. It took me 2 or 3 tries, because at first when I got here I was expecting I was skeptical, I was doubtful, I was just trying to find something that helped me fall asleep, and you were just talking about not nothing but almost nothing, and it was just confusing. Then the second time I was like, I thought this was a sleep podcast. Where's the bells? And well, there's some natural bells out there. The birds are different than bells. You know, they're going to start taking exception to that. Beautiful sounds, but you're talking over them, man. And I say, yeah, the show it's different. And on the third time, what happens if the show's a fit, or the second time, for some people, the fourth time, they just fall asleep and they wake up and they say, oh, wow, now I get it. He was just walking along narrating something, and I could pay attention, but I don't need to pay attention. So just give the show a few tries and see how it goes. If you find out or you already know the podcast isn't for you, I mean, I would say try one more episode, because not all our episodes are me walking in the woods. But, yeah, if you figure out it's not for you after you listen 2 or 3 tries, or yeah, you're already 100% sure we're not a fit, that's totally okay. I have a website set up for you, sleepwithmepodcast.com/no thank you. That has other sleep podcasts and sleepy stuff on there that should be able to help you fall asleep. If you give the show a few tries, here's a couple things to know. One, this is a podcast you just barely listen to. I don't know if you can hear that sound. There's rain hitting something, and then there's also the sound of wind or road. That reminds me of home, that cars on a wet road sound, which I think that's what that is, but it could be wind. I'm not a sleeper expert, not a sound expert either. So give the show a few tries, see how it goes. What was I talking about? Oh, it's a podcast you just barely listen to, kind of like background noise that you could listen to it, that you kind of pay attention to, but you don't need to pay attention to it. Out of focus picture, a show streaming under your pillow, or a friend talking to you about their walk in real time and saying, okay, you want me to count the leaves? I don't think I could count the leaves around me, because there's hundreds and hundreds of thousands probably. And then you'd say, well, that's an assumption. Why don't you start counting? Well, then what I do, create a grid area? Yeah. Well, you just keep talking about that while I sleep. So, yeah, it's a show. You can listen to it. You don't need to listen. It's also a sleep podcast. I'm not really here to put you to sleep. There's no pressure to fall asleep at all. That's why the shows are over an hour. That's why there's so many different styles of shows, 600 plus shows in this listener ad-supported version that you could listen to, create your favorite playlist or whatever, because there's no pressure to fall asleep. There's people listening who can't sleep at all. My job's to keep them and you, or somebody that needs a break during the day, or somebody that just woke up in the middle of the night, to keep them company. Whether they're awake or asleep, whether you're listening or not, I'll be here to the very end to keep you company. And that's a bit different, right? I don't just put you to sleep. I'm your bore friend, your bore bay, your bore sib, your neighbor, your borebee, your boreman, your Boris Borloff. I'm here to keep you company and take your mind off of stuff, whether you're awake or asleep, to hang with you. Your chairman of the boards, your peeper of leaves in this case, your listener, your herder of birds. I'm a bird herder. I'm not a bird herder. I'm a birder. Did you just order a erg burger? No, I said I'm a erg birder. An erg burger? No, burger. I'm sorry. Yeah, so that's pretty much what you can expect with the show. What else you need to know really quick is the structure of the show. The show follows a pretty specific structure, even when we're in the woods, because it's just what works for the maximum amount of people it can. But I like to meet you where you are if you're new or you're coming back, so that I can meet you where you are and you know why we do the things we do, and then you could adjust from there if it doesn't work for you. So the show starts off with a greeting. Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That's meant to make you feel seen and welcomed in. You get the nature of the show, and you say, oh, okay, I could check that out. Or, I don't think I will check that out. And so that's what the intro, the teaser we call it, is supposed to do. Oh, okay. It's a welcoming. I guess it's a welcome, not a teaser. And you feel welcomed in. Then there's support so that paying for the show is optional. And like I said earlier, it really comes down to the people that benefit the most or are the biggest fans of the podcast or that have like strong opinions about the show. When they support the podcast, then it blossoms out from there, and so many other people can listen to it for free versus it just being something you buy or pay for. It's just a nice thing, right? And these on-location episodes, the reason we only used to do it for subscribers is because, yeah, the ads might be a little more disruptive with the on-location episodes, but that way anybody can listen. They don't have to pay for it. So it's kind of like, I don't know, that's the way we look at it. I make the podcast that puts you to sleep, and how can that help the most amount of people? And so if you find you start listening to the show and developing opinions, you prefer something without ads, you can get that on Sleep With Me Plus. But you could also listen to this free ad-supported version, particularly if you come and go to the show or you're new. But that's what the support does. Then separate from the support is this intro. Normal intros are like 15 to 20 minutes long. This one I have no idea how long it is because I'm hiking and I have my poles. So I'll check, but I'm guessing we're around 10 minutes. And the intro is meant to introduce the podcast to people, but also to ease you into bedtime, to kind of have like a setting of the sun or a wind down. So while there is a small percentage of people that listen to the show that fall asleep fast, most people don't. Most people wind down or get ready for bed or get in bed and get comfortable. And so that's how the intro is designed, to be a part of your wind down routine. And that's what works for me personally, and what most solid sleep advice talks about, having a wind down routine. So that's what the intro is there for. What else? The intro, then there'll be support. And then I'll just continue on talking about being in the woods. And yeah, I'll be here about an hour to keep you company and take your mind off of stuff. And
yeah, just see how it goes. I'm really glad you're here. Did I forget anything? I feel like I did, but that's okay. I mean, being forgetful is part of making a sleep podcast too. I'm really glad you're here. I work really hard, so do a team of people, to bring you the show. We yearn and strive to help you fall asleep. And if this show does help you out night after night, year after year, episode after episode, or you just love this podcast and love the idea of it, or you can't find something similar, please consider either supporting a sponsor or a show. And here's the ways you could do that. Thanks.
Hey everybody, this is Scoots, and we're starting something new called Surprise by Scoots, where I want to catch you doing something right? I want to surprise you. And this is for anybody that wants to support the show, beyond financially supporting the sponsors or supporting the show directly. Like, in your heart, you love the podcast. In your heart, it's a big part of your life. And in your heart, you say, I love a surprise. Tell me more. Well, all you have to do is tell one person about the podcast. We used to do this one listener initiative. Tell one person about the show genuinely. How does the podcast help you? How's it changed your life? What are your favorite episodes? How did you discover the podcast? What did you think about it at first? Any of those things. Let one person know about it, whether it's online or in person, in a forum, on social media. If you do it, tag me at Dearest Scooter or send me a message through our website, and I'm going to try to surprise some of those people. I've got subscriptions to Sleep With Me Plus. I got a bunch of those to give away. I've got stickers, personal video from Scoot saying, you're surprised. Now I'm just going to randomly select people, but why wait? This will help the show so much. You're going to help whoever you let know about the podcast, because if the podcast changed your life, there's other people out there that haven't heard about the show. If they don't know about the podcast, you can't help them. They're out there struggling. So let people know about it, but don't spam. Just share your genuine experience with the show, and I'll be looking for you. I'll be looking to catch you and surprise you. Like a little Pikachu. I'm going to catch you if I can, and it's going to be fun. So you could either tag me at Dearest Scooter, that's DearestScooter, or let me know through the form on our website. Thanks, everybody.
All right, it's Scoots, and I'm back. I never went anywhere. I'm in the woods. There's a chill in the air. It's about 2 p.m., a little bit after 2 p.m. in late October, and it had rained, or it's been raining on and off, which is probably pretty standard for this environment, and I've been trying to time doing 1 or 2 hike leaf peeping episodes, but the weather does tend to be unpredictable, and I was like, okay, when the stuff I use is not waterproof, I don't even think it's water resistant, so it's just been a matter of timing, and I think I picked a good time. The only thing I'd like to try is if we get a couple days or more of dryness to come and go through these leaves when they're dry. I don't know if that'll be a possibility or not, but right now there's a bed of leaves. I'm in the woods, and I'm alongside. I'm in these woods that are, I don't know, what do you call it? Like a drainage basin. It's woods. So what is the difference between woods and a forest? To me, woods are, it's not necessarily a park, and it's like behind people's houses and stuff, but it's a pretty big area that I've been exploring since I got here, and exploring, like going on trail runs, which is like one of the things I love doing, which also helps me scout out areas for episodes. And so it's not remote, right? But it feels remote. Like you can even hear those cars. They're not far away. But just like the East Bay parks, even though this isn't a park, it'd be pretty cool. I think it's probably plots of land owned by a lot of different people. So that's why it's a pretty sweet area. Because there's these little canyons and creek beds, and there's ferns and they're dry. Even now after it rains, they're still pretty dry. And I think these creek beds only serve for the snow melt in the spring that comes down this way out of the hills of the town of Onondaga, I think. And there's a lot of trees. There's a lot of leaves, as you can hear. I'm swishing through these leaves. And moss. We've got woods. And these are another thing that's cool about woods versus forests, or my terminology is one of the benefits of woods is that they have a different kind of history present in them. So there's going to be like the ways they divided property, which is always interesting, that in the middle of these woods will be stone walls that people erected to say, oh, this is my woods and that must be your woods. And I look at it a way when you're a kid. As a kid, I did not make it into these woods. I made it just a few feet into these woods once, I think. But, so these aren't the woods of my youth. But, I mean, like, man, I can't believe they weren't the woods of your youth, dude, because they're pretty amazing. But so the cool thing about woods is you can, find things that have historical, but also it kind of creates, like, where you can play with your, stone wall. The stone walls could be, when you're playing, thousands of years old. But there's also all these random things in woods. Like all the way deep in woods, you'll find cars, bikes. I mean, I was on a run 2 days ago in another part of these woods that's a fair amount of ways away from where we are now. And there was like a little kid's bike, and it was deep in these woods, right? There's never a kid riding a bike in the woods that deep, I would assume. So yeah. All right, now I'm in the creek bed, and I'm going to try to navigate the creek bed for a while, because it is mostly dry. I do have my hiking poles, which is good because I was thinking maybe we'll go in this creek bed, and if you're doing that, you're going to want poles. I also had to, because I've moved to the East Coast, had to get things like rain boots, or these are kind of combo boots. They're not quite hiking boots, but this will hopefully break them in a little bit. Maybe they were like nice boots that now are not going to be quite as nice, but whatever. And so yeah, you can hear me navigating with these poles and stuff. All right, so leaf peeping wise, now I'm at the bottom of a canyon, trying to catch any drifting leaves. I think because it's wet, we're not getting a lot of leaf snow here, but I'd say most of the trees are at 33%. I mean, there's a couple bare trees here in front of me. So there are some bare trees. Not bare trees, bare trees. Oh, here you go. I'm in a creek bed, and under a bush is what looks like a pounded out like a barrel that was like unwound and then crumpled out. Like, did it make its way down the stream or what? So on the ground around me are leaves. I can definitely see maple leaves. That may be the only leaf I have the ability to describe. But there's like a bunch of other leaves. Oh, we got we've got some of the rusty maroon, a lot of yellow, browns. I mean, I mean, and then the loaminess, right? Like right now I'm crossing over an area where there probably is occasional water. So you've got leaves that just landed that are fresh, and then ones that have started to enter the cycle of life even further. So taking on darker colors, getting a little bit more of kind of a, not milky thing, but, slimy a little bit, I'd say. It's kind of amazing because coming up this creek, you would think it was like a creek you could find in any, state, but that would be like, I mean, I guess at some point this must be really rushing because the banks on one side, if I'm standing, they've got to be 10 feet tall, the water line, and on my right side, 7 or 8 feet tall. But yeah, it's 10 to 12 feet. And even like I'm in what you could consider like a pool, but it's totally, well, it's not totally dry, but it's mostly dry. And again, the peacefulness here. And here's what I would like to do, but a lot of times I propose this stuff and I'm not necessarily able to deliver. But, progress. We're not about being perfect on Sleep With Me. I'm walking over a log that was blocking my path there. Because I'd love to do this to see what this is like in the winter, and then see what it's like again in the summer, in the spring, and then maybe next autumn. And see if there's... because I guess before I went off on that tangent, like this would seem like it would be like a powerful river that could never run dry, that you'd find in the mountains or something. And I guess probably for a few weeks a year it probably is. And then that's it. It's not very steep, but it's pretty steep as far as like it probably lives its life like what is that, like it's it has a big bang and then it's quiet most of the year. But the cool thing about it being quiet is there's a lot of moss. I mean, so many rocks that you can hear, and it's not like actually there's no bed, like it's all stone that I'm walking on. And it's clearly been here a long time because the canyon I'm in, or the gully I'm in, is, I don't know, 30, 100 feet up, and steep enough that I can't crawl. I mean, I couldn't climb up, or steep enough and loose enough dirt. There are some stones. I think this is like an area with limestone. And what's my plan though, right? Scoots, did you come in here with a plan? I came here with a general outline. So we're going to keep going up this creek bed slowly because it's also slippery. That's why I have these poles. And I think at some point it wraps around to my left, which it looks like it's doing up there. And then it goes around another canyon to the left. And then it does level off like in an exit area. So we'll see. Or it meets up with another canyon. But really, like, that's another thing. Oh, man. I mean, holy moly, that we're exploring. I mean, this is a place I've never been before. I've been near it on runs at the top of the canyon, or at the top of the gully. But the reason my breath got taken away is because there's a hood of a car on my left that is very rusted out. It could be, it's definitely more than 20 years old. It's impossible. Well, I mean, it's from a smaller car because it's not even 6 feet at its widest point or its longest point. And yeah, just the hood, just sitting here on one of the banks, clearly washed up there at some point. I do have, so part of these woods, I just happened to be running with somebody, and they're like, oh yeah, this person I think owns part of these woods. So I did ask for his permission in that part of the woods, which I think is to the right of me, his woods, which I don't think we're in. And I think some of this is park area, but yeah, this could be anywhere anyway. So it's like, it's just the woods. But to think about that, there was kids my age, growing up in my time. Oh, I think I see the rest of the car. This is total woods action. And I guess it doesn't matter the time of year. And the sun is still above the canyon. Wow. So I see a bumper. And, I mean, this is straight out of the movies as far as, like, the car... Or is it the rear end of the car? Is the car upside down? I either have a small tree across my path that I'm going to either have to go, I'm going to try to go under it. I may have to get on my hands and knees. Yeah. And, yeah. You're hearing Scoots, really get stretched there. I think my fanny pack almost got caught. Okay, so it is kind of like an old 1950s, 20s to 50s type car with like, this looks like, but how did the car get here? There's not any roads anywhere nearby. I mean, was there like off-road roads and then it ended up down here? But to stumble upon this stuff when you're a kid is how I ended up making a sleep podcast, I guess. So it's only like the back half of the car. There's another big piece of metal here that I guess is part of the car, but the only reason I guess it is because it's nearby the rest of the car. Yeah, it's like... So there's a hood. I guess that could have been the trunk, not the hood of the trunk. And then the rear 20% of a car. And there's a bunch of rocks and trees on it. And it's kind of in so we're actually, yeah, we're live here at a bend in the river. Just like the song. But that song's, I think, about relationships. But yeah, darling. And that's where the car is kind of buried, which makes sense because this has got to be another area where it really is picking up steam. So, and we're going to continue along here. So, okay, so far we've found a car, which I was talking about, I had no idea, but I was like, man, and it's like, maybe that's just in my mind, right? Here's another piece of blue plastic I'm just investigating. Garbage. So what did he do when he was leaf peeping? He just mostly talked about garbage he was finding. There's a piece of plastic. Nothing super interesting. I guess one day we could develop this into like a form of bingo, right? Also, like when you're... This was before the internet, right? And so I'll just allude to it, but it's the truth. It's like when you were discovering what would make your back sweat or your heart pitter-patter or your tummy quiver. And this is, like, again, comes up in movies made by people my age, but it's also true. You would go on these woods, you'd see a car, probably a bike, tires, which we haven't seen, and some sort of material that could be any age, I guess hidden, because normally it'd be like hidden under some rocks in a drier area, that would make your heart go pitter-patter. And then you would, oh, there's a chipmunk. It's just watching me and making its way up some how's it going to go all the way up there? How good holy cow, it's climbing right up a log. It's going 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30 feet up a log that's sitting on the side of one of these canyons. Well, hopefully I'm right in my directions because, but I am pretty confident. I don't know how far we'll have to go up this creek, but it'll be hard coming back down if I'm wrong about the exit. But that's fine. It's an adventure. There's a water bottle, modern thing. So yeah, we'll see what we see. Again, a lot of nice yellow leaves, and there's a lot of birds tweeting. And Scotty and Jennifer got me on the Merlin birding app. I don't really have a phone with me to do that, but that was a motorcycle in the distance. And I guess I was sharing these episodes even when in California because it's like, whatever these on location episodes I do, a lot of them are like things that we all kind of have access to. Just takes a little bit of effort. And I think that does tie into making a sleep podcast or sleep because it's like, oh, another piece of metal. This might be a piece of metal from a house. Okay, it's thick metal. Looks like, I mean, I guess it could be a part of the car, but it looks like it's really high quality, like house siding or something. Not like aluminum siding. I don't know, big, long piece of metal, but not, like I've made a while ago because it's like thick. So not, people weren't trying to save as much as they could when they made it. Yeah, we all have access to these woods. Like even I as a kid, I mean, I don't think I was allowed to have access to these woods. And like, but if, like they did start building developments on either side of these woods when I was a kid. And the only time I went up, it was like where this creek finally ends and goes underground and is funneled like into the city system. That's where we got access to it, and I don't even know. It's pretty far from where I grew up. Like that, we definitely weren't supposed to be down there. And we just started exploring it, or maybe I was visiting somebody, or one of my siblings' friends, or one of my parents' friends, and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to go up behind your house and go up this creek." Okay, spotted my first bird. I've been hearing birds, but I haven't really seen any. And yeah, this is pretty nice, huh? It is a chill in the air. I have 2 layers on. I didn't wear a raincoat because I was afraid of the swishing. And I was like, the trees will protect me enough. I have all stuff that would stay warm even if it got wet on. So, well, it wouldn't be pleasant. I wouldn't get too cold if I got wet. So I just went under another tree. So this kind of worked out because I had thought about shooting video for this. And then I was like, well, the thing I've been using to shoot video for the podcast occasionally like this, it really is like just a consumer one that really needs as much light as possible. So I think that was a good decision because these poles are really coming in handy. I don't think I would have made this journey with it. Now we're in a little bit thinner. Oh, wow. Okay, so not only is this part of the creek bed tighter, like the canyon's kind of closing in on me, it's like got much bigger, and maybe that's why, like huge slabs of whatever this is, granite or limestone. So I think it was just unable to wash away. So it just went deeper, deeper, and deeper. Really impressive. And really picturesque. I mean, holy moly. This is like the kind of thing I'm glad I'm taking. I mean, so I'm looking up a canyon that rises up a little bit like steps. There's downed trees crossing the canyon. There's a lot of green at ground level because there's ferns and small green plants. And then as I look upward, there's bare trees. I guess the closer you get to the canyon and the deeper in the canyon, maybe the trees don't ever have leaves, or maybe they just... And then as you go up the canyon, the trees get to like go from like 0 to 70% leaf. And on my left side, it's steeper, and you do get some trees with like the really autumnal hype colors. Like they start like in a gold, like it starts gold and yellow and maize and mustard, and then it starts to go more and more into the oranges, and holy moly. So there's a bird, a little tiny bird, which it was just hanging on, bouncing on a piece of greenery. It was just so close to me. I was struck by its beauty. So excuse me. But yeah, excuse me, because I was kind of struck by the beauty of the leaves, and then got bird beauty. The bird itself was not beautiful. It was like the fact that it was hanging on this thing, like drinking some water or eating something, and bouncing, and surprised me in a good way. Very small bird. Oh, there's two. Okay, so there, I think I got a woodpecker and some robins up there. Oh, and I think another woodpecker just said correct, because that certainly does sound like a woodpecker. The sky is also, like the sunlight is also reducing here, so that should make it interesting. And yeah, I'm continuing up this way I'm going, and we are on an adventure. I mean, the good thing about woods is you always kind of know where you are, right? And I probably have cell phone service. My phone's just in my fanny pack. Also, I have a fanny pack. I like saying fanny pack. I have an older fanny pack, not a retro fanny pack, like one I originally bought for running, and then I realized it was too big. I mean, it's for people running. I don't even know. I feel too bouncy for me running for pretty deep. I mean, but I think it was when I was trying to run further distances. So yeah, back to the leaves, right? I mean, what were we doing here? There's a rock under my foot, sorry. But I think that's alright. I hear that. So many natural noises around us. Okay, I see something in the nook of a rock here that I'm going to head over. Don't think it's... Holy cow, is that? It's not pitter-patter material, but it is... I'm trying to see if it's plastic or... It's just a piece of kiddie pool, I think. It's vinyl. Looked like it could have been ceramic, or but it does look like it was a piece of vinyl ripped off of something. Another tangent I could talk about is that there is this. So I returned to where I grew up, right? And like I don't feel nostalgic for this place because I've never been here other than since I moved here. I honestly discovered it when I was out on a run by accident. I found an entrance into the woods, and I kept running, and then I realized, wow, there's a lot of trails, and how extensive it was and how beautiful it was. I guess a hidden secret, but there's probably tons of them around here like this. But it's like, there's so much stuff about returning home or whatever, and I'm just here to see, how it goes in this one part of this phase of my life, right? But it's like, especially when you're somebody that spent a lot of time under the influence, and maybe not even under the influence of things, but of like under the influence of like not being present, and putting off my life and saying, well, I'll do this kind of stuff one day. Except when you were caught up in the youthfulness, which even then it was play. The idea of getting to come back here and do this kind of thing, I don't know, and to be able to talk about it, because it's like, hey, everybody's got some kind of, your woods might be different, or they might not be woods, they might be something else, like, I'm sure there's people that could walk through things with peat or bogs or whatever, that I get to take you with me, and maybe you're sleeping through it, and that's cool. Like, on an adventure, right? Like, this is actually an adventure, but in a small way, right? Like, I mean, even for me, it's an adventure because it's like, I have no idea where this goes. I only think this particular creek goes where I want it to go, and so I'm trying to find, I'm going to have to duck under some smaller branch type trees, and then go over a log that's quite big and covered with moss. So let's see how this goes, if I can narrate it. I mean, the biggest challenge is that, alright, so I did have to not record while I got under those trees, just because I had to make a bunch of the crawl. Now I'm sitting on my bum's on a log, wet log. My bum's on a wet log. Alright, so we're through that, and still heading off on our adventure. Though timing-wise, I'm like, there's another bend up here, so I'm going to have to check this bend, and also see if that engine noise is going to be repetitive. It's not going to be consistently repetitive here. And I'm going through a couple trees. You can hear them brushing against me. Alright. Now we're moving. And leaf-wise, still got the same effect. Wow, so here, right above me, I don't even know how to describe some of these colors. Like, they're beyond description. Like, even in a subtle way, the tree right above me, it's just it's like a tangerine, orange, what is orange-sickle type color almost. Like a little, with a red, ruby red grapefruit. Yeah, maybe. I mean, this is the color of the underside of the leaves. Also, it's another thing that's unintentionally hilarious. I'm peeping the underside of leaves. I don't know if that's anything like the backside of water, but that's literally, see, what kind of leaves did you peep today? The underside of leaves. My word. I thought you were a sleep podcaster. What were you talking about? Other things you find in the woods, too, beyond cars and tires? I alluded to it, yes. Here's a... what is this here? It's a long piece of metal. I'm going to pull on it. It's a tube. Oh, yeah, it's just a bent tube of metal. I think these boots are doing pretty good, though they're going to look a lot worse for their wear, and they were kind of dressy boots with like the rubbery area, but most of the reviews said, hey, really got to get those boots. All right, so interesting. So we're at the bend, or we're not at the bend yet. We're getting close to the bend, and it looks like I'm going to have, this will be like a choose your own adventure. I mean, we'll be choosing pretty soon, or we're on the role playing because. So, well, let's see what the bend is. So this part of the stream, again, it's like one of these turns, I guess because of the rock here just being less permeable, the water had to turn, or maybe because of the descent. And so there's a lot of like trees and debris. It looks like even like a natural dam. But there's also, with a little bit of crawling, an exit area that I may have to choose, because this creek is taking an unexpected turn on me, and I'm pretty sure, at least most of the time in these situations, I have a fairly good sense of direction, that it's taking a turn pretty far away from where I would want to go. But I may be able to see if it levels off as we get around here. So the choosing your adventure would be continuing southbound, I think is the direction. We've mostly been going south and east. But it takes a hard southern turn where I kind of maybe want to go east. But I can't imagine where this ends either. That's what's like interesting to me, is that there's a major road that cuts through, so it has to, I don't think there's any, it has to end somewhere. So I think I am going to exit though, just because in order to get around this, all the stuff that's built up, I already had to like climb up half the bank. Yeah, I think I'm going to climb up this bank. I could end up covered in mud. Oh, there's a piece of plate glass right where I'm climbing. Okay, let's take that for future climbers and put it somewhere. Oh, that's probably not the best spot either. But okay, I'm trying to, it's a bit like mountain climbing, where I'm trying to figure out where to place my feet and stuff. Okay, so we are up the bank, and we're in like a small waterfall, I guess, when it's wet. This is another small runoff gully that I'm climbing up now. And I'm just guessing, well, I can see where this goes. It gives me some elevation gain. And I'm guessing that even if it doesn't go where I want, just to my left is one of the trails that I run on, up and to the left. So 20 feet up. And yeah, it's a nice challenging hike too. So there's some good ferns. There's a plastic container of car fluid there, or an empty one. Alright, so this one, I think this canyon turns into a Y. Getting some really good crunching and leafing, huh? Oh, it's actually, wow, so this was like, again, probably only for like less than a week a year, kind of like the falling of the leaves. This has got to be like this. There's all these moss-covered small round rocks that the water must come down here and spill over, but only briefly. Oh, wait a second, we get another, I mean, are we going to get a trifecta? I see a tire. So yeah, we did see a tire. Haven't seen a bike yet, or something that would make my heart go pitter patter. And so, yeah, here we go. Making our way out of the gully, and only guessing that I know where I am, but again, fairly confident. I just have to find an egress. Oh, okay, another one for your for future woods bingo is a beer can. And it's funny because it was one of the beers that we would help people carry to their cars in high school. And it's funny because like you figure that's like the way everybody does it, and then you go someplace else and they say, oh no, that's not the kind we did. We would carry to people's cars. All right, so I'm on a steep, non-rocky, there's a couple of walnuts, slope here, and trying to get to the top of this canyon, and guessing that there's a trail right at the top. I'm doing a little, is that a pricker bush? Is that the trail? I think so. Not quite there yet, because I'm ever going side to side. Oh yeah. Okay, so Scoots does have a sense of direction. Okay, so we can go to the right. Yeah, oh, this is right where the trail splits. Okay, so it's another interesting thing this exit learned or taught me is that there's two creeks, or at least two major creeks. And one thing I was wondering, so I did do a location hike also up the other creek, and I exited it up here, but I was curious if it went around and connected to the creek we were just in, and now I'm believing that they don't ever connect, which will also keep adventuring and investigating, obviously. There's also one of the stone walls, which is quite nice. And yeah, now is a good time to like start to ease off. Oh, there's a telephone pole, like only like it's cut off, or some sort of telegraph pole. I mean, I'm not making jokes. Like, it's pretty old, and it's definitely was properly put in there. That would be an interesting way to, and that's along the wall. I mean, that'd be an interesting thing to follow. Maybe they buried the lines here, and that used to go through these woods once upon a time. But yeah, I'm going to slowly hike out of these woods. I'll keep talking for a few more minutes, and then leave in some ambient audio, depending on, I don't think I have that far to go, and there are other people out enjoying the woods today. I only saw one when I first started, a gentleman and a very nice, friendly dog that was very interested in me. First because they smelled koa, but then also because I had the poles. I honestly think the dog was like, this guy, I better watch him as he navigates these. So what a nice dog. So I'm on a part of the woods here where the floor of the woods is covered in ivy, and the kind of ivy you expect to find, not the ivy that causes anything, like ornamental ivy. I don't know how else to describe it. You'd expect to see in someone's garden, just growing out here, and like a nice bed of it. And honestly, on this time of day and the way the color is, it takes on this hue. There goes a crow, like a aquamarine type beautiful color. There's a little bit of mist or water on it. Really, there's so many magical things to discover. and we're getting close to this other creek bed, and this is actually where I made my egress of the other creek when I was just like, let me just go up one of these creek beds and see where it goes. I didn't have my poles, so that doesn't mean I wasn't recording, but I was like, okay, next time I want to have poles with me because it just makes it much more navigable. But I was also at this point, which we're at now, where I was like, this thing must connect to the other one. And so to my right, which is kind of southwest, is where that's going. I mean, it could connect to the one that was going southeast. I do want to make sure to go to the end of those at another point just to see where they end. It's because of the major road. I mean, maybe there's culverts coming from that go under the road. I mean, that would be quite exciting, especially for an adult like versus a kid that has a little bit more sensibility and that. So, what we're doing now is there's a lot of leaves on the ground, and this is this other creek I'm getting to, or creek bed, stream bed, however you want to frame it. We are working on this woods bingo, so at some point we could come out with woods bingo boards. I got that. One of the sponsors of the show at the time I'm recording this, Uncommon Goods. I got this bingo set for autumnal films, which is really fun. Like in my daughter, my brother, and I played it watching an autumnal film, and it's like you kind of shout out when you think you have something, and then the other people may have it on their thing, or they may say, "No, I don't think that was that." Like pumpkin, or person running, something like that, and you're like, pumpkin, and you say, no, that's a jack-o'-lantern. I mean, I guess a jack-o'-lantern. If you had jack-o'-lantern and there's a pumpkin, the person would say, no, that's a pumpkin, not a jack-o'-lantern. So that's actually, we backed our way into a good example there. Oh, wow. So we have some leaning trees here. So I think I'll say goodnight. I'll check the time again. Some trees leaning against one another, and you hear some kind of sounds like the trees are all covered in moss. What does moss grow on the east or west side? That's kind of the northeast side, and it feels like it's dusk. But I think that's just from the clouds, and a lot of trees, a lot of leaves, and a lot of comfort, natural comfort that I can miss out on all the time. And it just doesn't have to be this thing. Like, I don't have to idealize this. I'm sharing it with you, right? And I don't think I'm bathing in nostalgia, but sometimes, like a nostalgia-scented soap, like where that's one of the scents, isn't half bad, I think. I don't know. But I also am just talking to talk against these sounds, and there's not a lot of... This path is probably well-traveled, because there's not a lot of leaves directly on this path, but all around me. And the other nice thing about the winter and having poles, or even the fall, is that, I mean, I'm in pants, and so it's a more navigable versus other times of the year in the summer, or even the spring when stuff starts coming out. It's not so navigable. So I'll continue to have like adventures when I'm running here, but continue to take you on adventures here, not just in these woods, but other woods, and other places. And I really appreciate you listening to the show and being here and joining me on this kind of thing. If you're with me or you're resting, again, I guess the the kind of comfort you could take with you or put your finger on. But we're here together in it right now, in these another set of leaves that are almost the color of antique paper. Wow. Hypnotic. And there's not really any wind, so everything is just sitting. Wow, hypnotic. Those antique paper colored yellow newsprint with splotches of brown and some curled up and already dried out. Good night, everybody.
Hey, this is Scoots here with a tuck you in message from tonight's sponsor, Helix Sleep. You can take that Helix Sleep quiz and get matched with a mattress that fits your sleep needs, your sleep preferences. It's going to make you comfortable night after night after night. Is the bed you're in right now meeting your needs? Then just take a few minutes and take that Helix Sleep quiz. See what you get matched with. And pay attention to the end of this message for a great deal from Helix Sleep. And why do I love working with Helix? Well, I've had 2 different Helix mattresses in my life, and the only reason I had a second one was because I moved and I couldn't take my Helix bed with me. And in the interim between bed 1 and bed 2, it was a big difference because the mattress did not suit me. But now I'm back in my Helix, enjoying the winter, transitioning to the spring. But for summer, I'm thinking about adding another Helix to my lineup. I'm going to be spending this summer, a lot of it in a cabin. I'm going to need a full-size mattress. So I'm going to personally take the Helix quiz again, and I might just take Helix up on this sale they have coming up because it's such a great deal. As a customer, that's how much I believe in Helix mattresses. I have one, and multiple members of my family do too. But the thing is, they're all different mattresses because we all sleep differently. And that's the biggest benefit of Helix. The Helix Sleep Quiz matches you with the perfect mattress based on your personal preferences and your sleep needs, or you and your partner's sleep needs, and it makes buying a mattress so easy. Helix is the most awarded mattress brand. It's tested and reviewed by experts like Forbes and Wired. There's free shipping and seamless delivery. Helix delivers your mattress right to your door with free shipping in the U.S. Every Helix has the Happy with Helix guarantee, so you can rest easy with seamless returns and exchanges. That Happy with Helix guarantee offers a risk-free, customer-first experience designed to ensure you're completely satisfied with your new mattress. There's a 120-night sleep trial and a lifetime limited warranty, and Helix helps you sleep better. A study they ran found that 82% of those involved saw an increase in their deep sleep cycle while sleeping on a Helix mattress. But better than that is you can get an amazing deal right now. Go to helixsleep.com/sleep for 27% off site-wide during their Memorial Day sale. Now through May 31st. This offer is exclusive for listeners of Sleep With Me. That's helixsleep.com/sleep for this exclusive offer. 27% off site-wide. Make sure you enter our show name after checkout so they know we sent you. That's helixsleep.com/sleep. Thanks and good night, everybody.
Most people don't realize how much of their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions pulling details about you from public records on the internet, then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 U.S.-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it together at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/safer. Protect yourself now at aura.com/safer.